So we're back with some guy that plays guitar in a band. You know, he's always really happy to spend some time on camera with us. So we appreciate having you, Mr. Chris Everett.
Steven, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. That's it.
So anyway, we've had a good morning. Last night, you know, another hot show at the upstairs room at Backstreet. The energy in that room is always awesome. You guys seem to really enjoy playing there. But that brings us to a lot of the questions that we've been talking over the last couple of days with not only the group interview earlier this morning, but each of you guys about how do you try and recreate that? You guys are such a live vibe performance feel band that how do you carry that into the studio with the new release, the self-titled Hustle Souls?
So I'll be honest, I'm actually not great in the studio. It's, I'd say, a weak attribute I have. Not that I have any weak attributes.
Yes, of course not.
I mean, roll that back. No, it's, I struggle with that, to be honest with you. When the red light is on and it's just you with headphones on and the tone's not exactly what you're used to, because like the amp doesn't sound the same in the headphones and you're not hearing in the room because it's isolated in another room. It's something that it's definitely like a mental hurdle that I struggle with for sure. And that's what I was talking earlier about Eric. Eric does a great job at like getting me in the right headspace, because without him I'd fall apart completely in the studio.
Okay.
You know? It's I'm in a corner, I'm crying a lot.
Here we go.
You know, the thumb's right in. It's just I got my bear that I.
I know. No, see, it's hard to try and even get a straight interview with you.
No, but seriously, no, I'm not great in the studio. So for me, getting that energy it's tricky. It's really tricky. It's a lot easier for me live, because there's no comb going through a live show too. If I hit a wrong note here and there or whatever, like it's a fleeting thing. But there, it's like, oh,
it's going to be there forever.
That's there. And so knowing that in my head, you know, because I know when I make a mistake as soon as I make it, and I'm like, I just ruined that take. I just ruined that take. You know, and it really it wears me down a lot. It's something that I struggle with.
So for you guys, we've talked with a couple of the others. So that initial laydown of the when you're in the studio, the four of you kind of trying to get that live track feel to at least capture the drums and sometimes the bass. So then you're coming back in and layering your stuff over top of that.
Yeah.
So, but typically, I mean, in a best case scenario, how many times are you running through the guitar track before, all right, that was good enough?
Well, so I have a personal goal, because I idolize, like most musicians, the album Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. And one of the famous tidbits about that album is that Miles like wrote the tunes the night before the morning, or something in that range. But the musicians didn't see the charts until they showed up. And then the take that you hear on the album, that's all the first take.
Oh, wow.
And it's one of the most iconic jazz albums of all time.
Okay.
And so to me, that's like, okay, that's my goal. And so for every recording that I've ever done, and I've still managed to do this, at least one solo or one something is a first take for me.
Okay, great.
You know, it's like, okay, that was the thing. And so when I'm shooting for that, what was your question again? Sorry, I got
Just how many takes does it take you to get
how many
comfortable
takes
with?
take me? So sometimes it takes. Actually, here you go. So one of the, and this is a common practice. One of the solos on the album. Let's see if you can guess this.
Okay.
It is my guitar solo on it is a combination of about 25 different guitar solos. And what I did is I laid one down, I laid another one down, laid another one down, laid another one down, just over and over and over. Because I was in the vibe.
Okay.
Over and over and over again. And I told Eric, I was like,
there you go.
Do with it what you will. You know? And then what I can do then is I can go back and learn that, and then play that if I want to quote it. But it's pretty dead on from what I already do live anyway. I won't tell you the songs. I want to see if you can get it. But that's a common.
I have one in mind, but I don't know.
What do you think it is?
Making a Deal.
No, Making a Deal was the first take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you trying to say back
I don't
there?
know what is
I don't
that?
know. Is that all we ever wanted?
Oh yeah. What
Is
about that? That was not a first take.
No, but
the first take on Color was Wake Up. My Wake Up solo was my scratch track solo. That I wasn't even intending. That was the point of it, was just to get through it for the drums. And I was like, I'm not going to do better than that. That was it.
Just keep it.
Yeah. So if you go back and listen to that one, that's stuff.
All right, so this is the same question we've wrapped up every one of these interviews with. Is so you're putting it to bed. The album's done. Now we're just waiting for the vinyl to be delivered. We're waiting to do the promo for it. We're hoping that it sells well. All that good stuff. But what excites you about that? What depresses you about that? I mean, now that it's done, are you glad it's done and you can move on, or do you wish maybe there was some more stuff that got put on there, or are you happy with where it is?
I'm happy with where it is. I think it's most proud of product that we've put out so far. Not that I haven't been proud of the other ones, but it's definitely like, I'm really happy with it. What am I excited about? This is gonna sound really, I should probably word this differently. So as business owners, you know, being owners of this group, we have to reinvest a lot of our income that we make at gigs towards things that we need to pay off. And now that everything is done, being paid off, that means I have a slight pay increase from gigs, and I hate to say
Hey,
it.
no, I love the realism. Hey,
But,
finally, yeah.
You know, now I can start buying the nice milk. That's what that is. You know?
So your wife and son are going to be most happy with this
I'm just
album.
joking. I'm just joking. No, but no, it's you know, it's none of this. This band isn't my main source of income, and like we're all set up that way
Right.
so that we can do that. And so, like a lot of business, like Amazon was, you know, for the first 12 years of its career was reinvesting all this money, so they're operating at a loss or whatever. But
Right.
when things are paid off, it's just nice to get that extra little kick. You know.
Well, and I guess that's an interesting. You're the first one who's taken it into a more realistic thing and not just about the music. Whereas it's been a little bit more of the other answers have been on the we get to put that to bed and we're already working on the new stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
because the thing
last
is,
night you guys teased us with a couple of new ones, and I know we're not going to post those yet because you're still honing them. But
Right.
I mean, to me, that's got to be some of the fun part. Is we just spent, let's say, a year and a half touring this stuff that we're about to finally put down, you know, on an album, and now we get to not only celebrate that but move on and start what's next.
Yeah, for sure. Anything like the mountain of stuff that I have in my life, anything that's shaved off of that is great. It's just great. And isn't that the goal of life? It's just we've all got our mountains.
Yep.
And we're just trying to make a nice plateau.
Check that box.
So that's another plateau that I'm shooting for.
Well, there you have it. Another serious interview, a really deep, hard look from one of the most serious members of the band, Chris Everett. We thank you for your time, and we'll see you tonight on stage at 6 o'clock.
Sounds good, man.